is Tony González talking to Ryo Okumoto, who is going to release a new CD called, can you tell me the name, please? Ryo?
Yeah, it's hard. The Myth of the Mostrophus. Mostrophus, that's the word.
The Myth of the Mostrophus.
Yes.
So I'm going to start telling you that I read in a Spanish newspaper called La Vanguardia.
Okay.
As I read the name of an actor, Ryo Okumoto, who plays on the movie film in 1998, Playing by Heart.
Oh.
It was you?
It was me. Wow, that's a movie? That's wow. How do you know that? Wow.
No.
Oh.
Because when I check, then I check on a webpage called Films or Movies, I don't know, and I saw that in your name, all the videos of Spock beer and the movie.
Huh?
Yes, and tell me, what was the role in that movie?
That was with Sean Connery.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a pretty wild all-star movie star. That was fun. Good money. It's a job.
According to the story, you were looking for musicians for your new solo album, and then you saw Michael Whiteman from I Am the Manic Whale. And tell me, was he your first choice as a lead singer?
Yeah, this is like one of those, because I was looking for a long time, and I just saw him and said, "Oh, he's good. He played, bass and singing and everything. He's a leader. I'm sure he wrote the songs. I'm pretty amazed how he was talented. So I just texted him saying, "Do you want to write with me?" And he said yes, and that's how we started.
And does Michael and you write all the songs and lyrics?
Yes, correct. I wrote all the music. I did all the background music, no vocals, no lyrics. It's a karaoke music, and I sent to the Michael, and he wrote lyrics, and he sang to the track and sent me back. And he sent me back a first one was The Watchmaker, which was a single for this album. It went out a week ago. Anyway, when I heard the first song he sent me, I said, "Oh my God, he's really good." So we just kept going, and we had the whole material for the whole album.
And apart from Michael Whiteman, you had Michael Sattler from Saga and Randy McStein from Low Fee Resistance. Tell me where they appear in the CD. Let me tell you, let me see if I guess that maybe Michael appears in Turning Point.
How do you know? Oh, you didn't? Okay, you got the CD.
Yes. No, I got a link.
MP3. Yes, Turning Point, Michael Sattler. And Randy is singing Chrysalis.
Yes, but I know Michael Sattler because his tone of voice is very particular, if you know
it. It is very characteristic voice. You can tell. I like it. I like where this came out very much. I have another band called Progject. Michael Sattler is our singer. And also Mike Canary is our guitar player. That's why I got Mike Canary on a Turning Point. And also Mark Bonilla, the guitar player from Kiss Emerson. He was with the Progject for a while, a couple of times, the rehearsal. So, and Jonathan Muber, the drummer, for 4 songs, he's the leader of a Progject. So this Turning Point, pretty much except bass player, was done by Progject member. That was interesting. I didn't plan to do this.
And something that is also in the CD is Steve Hackett. Does he only sing guitar solos, or they give you anything else?
No, just a guitar solo.
Yes.
It's on the Maximum Velocity, the song, and he played the intro solo and middle solo. It's good. His tone is excellent. Interpretation is excellent. Great player. Nice guy. Really nice guy. Have you talked to him?
Yes, I interviewed him some years ago. He was really nice.
He's very nice guy. Very sincere, good with emailing. He emailed me back right away. You know, some people would take a time to respond, you know, but he just emailed me right away, and so nice. Very polite, nice guy, and talented.
With this kind of musician, the CD must sound really good. But it sounds, yes. But
did you listen to it?
Yes, I listened to the CD carefully. I'm really in love of most of the songs.
Which one you like?
Yes, I like the most is a Turning Point, Mirror Mirror, and Maximum Velocity. Yes, yes, I didn't take I didn't taste the meat of the Mostrophus yet. I listened, but it's a little complicated. I need more time to enjoy it. Yes, yes, and when the music is prog rock, it's normal to discover guest musicians who are into this. But it was really nice to discover that Doug Wimbish from Living Color were invited on Turning Point and Chrysalis. Tell me why.
Each song I have to think about who's going to be playing and who's going to be singing. And definitely this is a really hardcore prog record. So, but except the Chrysalis, the 5th song on the album, it's a little bit this side of an R&B groove, and I have to have a R&B player, and I know a lot of player, but I asked Jonathan Mover if he knows somebody, you know, good bass player, and he played with the Doug Wimbish before, so Jonathan recommended to me. And he emailed him, and he said, okay. And he played the Chrysalis, and I said, oh my goodness, incredible bass player. I said, well, then can you do another one? So I asked him to do a Turning Point, and he played it. Excellent player. So those 2 songs are pretty much solid bass, regular bass tone. But everything else is Dave Mills from Spock's Beard, which is the sound of prog. Sounds like Chris Squire sound, you know, the Rickenbacker and pick and, you know, distortion and all that. So I think it was a nice balance between those 2 bass players. I love it how it came out.
Mirror Mirror is the first songs. I read that is related to Star Trek.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this episode, you know about this episode?
No, I didn't know until I read.
Well, the only thing is this particular episode, Mr. Spock came out with a beard. So that's Spock's beard.
Yes.
That's how he just wrote the lyrics. The Michael did it.
Yes, but the last song, The Mist of the Mostrophus, in this song, you have all your co-workers in a Spock bear. Yes, it's what you call Ryo's bear, no?
Yeah. I want, because all this material on this album, I wrote for Spock's beard.
Oh.
And every time when we release CD, I send it to everybody to listen. And when we write, before we start recording, all the member, the Spock's Beard, write song and submit to everybody. And then we choose which song, you know, it's good for the Spock. But these songs didn't go to the Spock's Beard. So it just, especially Mirror Mirror and the Mostrophus, sounding very Spock's beard. So I wanted to make my version of a Spock's beard, like Ryo's beard.
Mm.
So that's why I called everybody the Spock's beard member, Nick, Ted, Alan, Dave, Jimmy, everybody, and have them play and sing. So those first song, the sixth song, is done by Spock's beard. In the middle was done by Jonathan Mover.
Yes.
A lot to do. Yeah, and Jonathan Mover, he got me a Doug Wimbish. He got me a Steve Hackett.
Mm.
So it worked out in the middle of 4 songs. It's different than the first and the sixth song, but totally, it's good. It's really good.
But I confess you that for a moment, I have a bad feeling about this. When I discovered that the first song was related to Spock beer, and the last song, you have your Ryo's beer, I imagined for one moment that it was the beginning and the end of you and Spock beer. And then with this CD, you say goodbye to Spock beer.
Oh, no. No, nothing to do. No, nothing like that.
Yes.
Nothing. The Spock's beer are together. We don't break up. We don't finish. We talked about it. The pandemic hit really hard. We were supposed to do the tour, festivals, and all that. Because of a pandemic, we're just like taking a break right now. But we do have a show next year, November next year, 2023. We have a HRH festival in England, London, and we do like 5 shows in UK and like 2 or 3 weeks tour in Europe. I hope we go to Spain. I really hope we go to Spain. Yeah.
I read that the band was or will be in London in March.
Yeah. Oh, that because of a pandemic.
Ah.
We didn't feel safe. That was still a while ago. We didn't feel safe to go get on the plane, go, be around a lot of people. Just because of a pandemic, we just canceled. But next year, we're going back. I think it's going to be better now. It's better now.
I think that is going to be better. Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes. And by the way, Rick Mauser is the engineer who recorded and mixed all the Spock beer, and now the myth of the Mostrophus.
Yes.
Why did you select him? Don't you think that you will sound Spock beer too much?
No. As an engineer, Rich Mauser is the best, just the best of all, especially the prog. He knows so much prog, and also he's different because he's a guitar player. He's a musician, so he will mix it, listening to the music, and when he mix, he has all these tracks on his hand. It's up to him to just turn off this, turn off this, turn off this, to make a whole different arrangement for the first section. And second section, he can go, unmute it. Okay, I want a guitar here. The engineer is more like a producer now. You have to be a producer because you're so in it, you know the material, and you have control. And he is really good. Rich is really good with everything. He's my buddy. He's my friend for 25 years, 28 years. I'm comfortable going to his house, his studio, and playing the music, working on the music. I love him.
When Jonathan Mover invites you to join Progject, did you know who the rest of the musicians were?
I was the first one he approached me. he asked me, do you wanna? I'm putting a band together, prog cover band, all star. Are you interested? I say yes, I am interested. Then we start looking for the player after that. So pretty much me and him was in the beginning. Then we start adding more people, auditioning and all that. We're still auditioning right now. That Michael Sadler, obviously, he's good name value and a good singer, so we didn't have a problem. But we had a lot of guitar player coming into the studio to do the audition. And the Matt Dorsey, the bass player, was the second member that we chose, and he stayed. He stayed good. So it was guitar and a singer. So that's
why did you take more than 20 years to record a new CD?
I'm lazy. I'm so lazy. I am so lazy. No, I just keep writing a record. I'm busy. I do a lot of stuff. I got a family and a lot of jobs, a lot of gigs, recording, touring, and all that stuff. So many things. So I just kept writing and waiting for the right moment.
When Jonathan Mover invites you to join Progject, did you have the idea of the new CD, or you take the opportunity after Progject?
No, I had it. I was making it up. That's 2.5 years ago. Either album was after or before. I'm not sure, but it's about the same time, 2.5 years ago.
How is the experience with Progject so far?
Oh, wonderful. Incredible. The music we love, we get to play every night in front of the audience. And the good part is this is not original band. So we don't have to worry about making a CD, and we don't have to worry about the set list, what we're gonna play. We don't have to start arguing which song we gonna play, which song we're gonna record, how we're gonna arrange it and all that. When you do an original band like a Spock Spirit, you have a lot of things you have to take care of it. This original material is, but this one, no. You just play whatever you want to play. You want to play this song from ES, okay, practice, let's play. And we try it, put a good set list together. It's fun, easy.
Yes.
And good music, good musician.
Good musician and good music.
Yeah.
And is there a song that you always thought you would like to play and now you are playing in Progject?
Yeah, Carnival.
Yes.
Yeah, ELP. Yeah,
Perfect.
That's my song. That's incredible. I love the song. So busy. So many notes to play. Yeah, all the song is great. I love it. Yes, Jethro Tull, Genesis. Love playing Genesis. Yeah.
So another band is the Ryo Okumoto Band, with various rotating members in the United States and Japan. How do you manage the different lineup, and what kind of music do you play?
I've been playing in Japan many years now with a different musician. And every time when I go there, depend on the musician I get for this concert, I make up a different set list. Considering who's gonna be who's good for this song type, style. I have a couple hundred songs to choose from. So yeah, depend on the musician. And also in Japan, my wife sings on my band, Keiko. So need to consider what her range is in her style also.
Ryo, are you the kind of person who are tied to your homeland and need to go back to Japan from time to time?
Yeah, well, yeah, I love because my other son live in Osaka, Japan right now. I want to see him. So before pandemic, I went back every year. Every year I was in Japan for like 3 months. Mm-hmm. But since then, I haven't been back there. It's been 2 years now. I haven't been back there. I want to go back, but it's dangerous. Especially I have a baby. Mm-hmm. Getting on a plane with a baby. Baby, no vaccine. there's no vaccine for baby yet. So I have to be careful, and I don't want to take a chance going back. I will sometime.
Apart from the bands aforementioned, you collaborate with several groups in the past. Was there any of them who was a fulfilled desire?
Well, Neil Morse is, well, he's like Michael White. It's so talented. He's so talented, and yeah, we wrote song a couple of times, and the way he works, incredible. He's just so talented. He's a keyboard player. Neil Morse is a keyboard player, main instrumental, but he play guitar and singing. He play bass, he drums, he writes song, lyrics, everything. He complete song. It's talented people, just like Michael White. So yeah, Neil Morse is pretty incredible, talented composer and producer. So I really enjoy collaborating with him. Also, I have another band called K2 with Ken Jacques. And here's another one I like working with him, collaborating. And right now, we are working on the third album of K2. It's going to come up next year. And yeah, he's been here like every day working together, which is good. So he's another one person I like writing it with him.
Good. Let me tell you that when I read several years ago that Neil Morse was out of Spot Beer, I felt a little sad to say something. But then I saw that the next Spot Beer CDs were still really good CDs.
Yeah.
Yes. And the last, talking about this, the last Spot Beer CD was released in 2018. So according to the cycle, maybe 2022 or 23 is a good moment for a new CD, no? Then
that'd be nice. That'd be nice. I've been writing for them. I've been writing for Spock all the time, little by little. So we'll see. I'd really like to have another CD with a Spock pretty soon. But I was busy doing this CD. I didn't have a chance to. I just approached them, say, "Hey, let's do a CD."
So I read on progarchive.com that you work with Kitaro. And tell me, how was the experience of working with him?
He's very mysterious.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a long time ago. He's a natural guy. He like a nature. He buy a like old house in the middle of a mountain somewhere in Japan. You can only one car can go through the driveway, and there's a big old house he bought, and he has all the equipment in there. And he was no gas, no electricity, so he has to do everything by himself, with the wood burning, that type of a nature guy. Yeah, it was interesting. He's good. I like it.
And I read a list of your collaboration, and to me it was normal to read the names of Phil Collins, even Eric Clapton. But tell me, because I read on a website called Discos GS, and they say that you play with Aretha Franklin, Barry White, Pheabo Brison, and Roberta Flack. Tell me what you did with them. They are a musical style totally different.
That was my job. Working with Aretha Franklin, Barry White, and all that. I was touring with them.
Good.
I was tour keyboard player, and that's how I started earlier in the 80s. I became a keyboard player for R&B player. First person I played was Jennifer Holiday. She was from Dream Girl, original member. Then she was very heavyweight R&B singer. I mean, it's very famous. So from that gig, I went to this Sweden for 2 weeks with her. That was my first tour. They came back, and I got then I toured with the Fifth Dimension. It's another group.
Yes.
Yeah. Then from that, just word of mouth. When I'm praying in those circuit, everybody knows me, so they call me for this and this, that. That led into Aretha Franklyn. They did 2 years. Then went to the Pheabo Brison. I did with him for 5 years. Then Natalie Cole for 5 years, touring all over the world, which was pretty interesting. That's my foundation in America, playing and making money, and playing a tour.
I imagine that they only hire African American people.
No, they don't. No, they do hire other people. They do other color. But yes, I almost all the band I was in, I was only white guy. No other white guy was in there. So yes. Ryo's R&B player was good. Was fun.
And don't tell me that after all those years, this influence come to Chrysalis.
Yes. Yes.
Don't tell me. Yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Then also, there's a lot of groove on the whole entire album. There's a lot of R&B groove in there. It is in there, within there, and that's what I do special. That's my specialty, is just getting a groove, nailing the groove. I just want people to feel so good about it listening. Smooth, nice, moving. Moving from left to right. Moving the body. That's the groove have to be so tight on the section. Yeah, so you hear some R&B group, with a rock group also.
So Ryo, thank you very much for your time.
When I'm gonna see you?
Yes. Well, next time when you come back to Spain, I will be there. Yes.
Which city are you?
I'm from Madrid.
Madrid, yeah.
So for sure, if the band come to Spain, you will come to Madrid.
Of course, my wife, she wants to go to Spain. I took her to Europe. I did the motorhome tour with me and her. I rented a motorhome, RV from Germany, and spent a whole 1 month all Europe, Germany, Switzerland, and Italy, and then all that, Spain, and then all that. But no, we haven't been to Spain. That's why my wife really wants to go to Spain, because the food is so good,
The food is special. Yes.
Yeah. So we'll come sometime. I'll meet you. We're gonna have a beer together.
Of course.
Yeah.
So if you have your own profile on Facebook, I will ask you friendship, and we will be connected. Yes.
Please do. Yeah, please do. I will accept it.
Right. Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. All right.
Bye-bye. Enjoy the week.
Okay. Bye.